Hello, 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 hello. Hello, butterflies. Hello, 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 and welcome to my garden. Yes, I am like so excited about this evening. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the garden, y'all. Welcome, welcome. I'm just waiting for some butterflies to come on in the room. I have a very special guest on this evening. I'm playing one of my favorite songs, Free Yourself. Um, so this evening is going to be super dope and super amazing. You're going to get all the answers that you want to know, okay? When Albert Chestnut comes on in the room. So we're waiting for him. So what I would like you to do while you're waiting, if you can share this live with your audience, the more, the merrier, okay? Yes, all the way from Africa. Yes, South Africa. Thank you, Albert. Thank you. Tiffany is in Houston. Yes, yes. In the chat, right? I want everybody to tell me where you are from because we're waiting for Albert to come. And he did inform me he's going to be a little late, but I'm also playing one of my favorite songs, Free Yourself, because there's so many people that need to be free. Yes, it's going to be super dope. You know, we're going to have this conversation that has needed to be said a long time. We have Trisha in the room. Trisha's from California. Hey, girl. Yes, yes. I did an Instagram live inviting my folk from Instagram to come on over to Facebook, get the tea, talk about it. We're going to operate in love and compassion on this evening. But some people going to be free. Yes. And this isn't no religious shit or anything like that. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, no, no. But this is about information. This is about getting your healing. This is about communicating the facts. And this is about moving forward. A lot of people are afraid to move forward after bad breakups and all that kind of stuff, honey. No, no, no. What you need to do is understand that it's okay to kiss the prince to get, or kiss the frogs to get to the prince. Okay? We're going to kiss some frogs in this journey. I done kissed quite a few. And it's okay. Because guess what? With every frog was a lesson. And just like Ariana Grande says, thank you, next. Thank you. See, a lot of times in church, we're taught, oh, hey, Reese, how are you? A lot of times in church and in Christendom and in religion, it tells us to be still and to wait. Wait on what? Wait on who? Wait on Boaz? Boaz dead, baby. Boaz is dead, okay? So you might get Rashad, you might get Muhammad, you might get Tom, you might get Bobby, whatever it is, you don't have to wait. And I think that is brainwashing, that is manipulation, because it's crazy how the women are taught to wait, right? But the men can do what they want. I don't think so. Not in my world. So anyway, let me inform Albert that people are waiting. Yes, he did tell me he was going to be a little late. And that's okay. Better late than never, right? So we're going to have a great time on here. I hope you have your favorite beverage. I have mine, okay, but I don't want to drink too much because Shay might come out. And I don't think y'all can handle her. She's phenomenal, but y'all can't handle her. Yes. So yes, we're gonna free some people on the night. You know the funny thing? back in 2013, I wrote the reality show Preacher's Exit. And I wrote the reality show based on this book right here, 3 p.m. The Preacher, the Power, the Penis, and Me. A lot of you don't know me, but I was married to 2 preachers. So I got the t-shirt, okay? That's something that I would never wish on another soul. And after coming from my second marriage of 16 years to the preacher, I decided to write the book. A lot of people ask me, well, Sharon, how'd you get delivered? I got delivered with a margarita in my hand on the dance floor from Thursday to Sunday in Dallas, Texas. It was about me and God at that point. And see, I know a lot of y'all don't like truth, but it's my truth, okay? So I don't worry about who like it, who don't, none of that kind of stuff. That doesn't faze me anymore. The reason why, because I'm a grown-ass woman, that's one. But then I learned to love myself. I didn't reach back and ask people to love me anymore. I did the work. I had a therapist and I had a coach simultaneously because I knew I needed to be healed after such a toxic marriage to a preacher. Now, one thing that I have to say is most people would think that being married to a preacher is everything. It was nothing. It was heartache, okay? It was pain. It was a roller coaster. It was a lot of ups and downs. It was trauma. It was cheating. Yes. And when I did my Instagram live earlier today, I was telling people I was so brainwashed where I was praying for the mistress. Like, I'm on the phone praying for her. What the fuck was I thinking? Who does that? Then, you know, you go to the mothers of the church or you go to your spiritual authorities, right? And they were telling me, oh, you could pray it out, fast it out, anoint the pillows, anoint the shoes. You cannot pray against someone else's will. That's the truth. Now, you can pray that God changes you, right? But God ain't going to go and make somebody do something. It just don't happen. People got to be ready for it. And what I don't understand as a woman and as a former preacher, a former pastor, ordained, had a church in Italy, in Europe that I started. Hey, Sharonda, how are you? I can attest that everything that glitters isn't gold. Okay? But we've been brainwashed as men, or as men and women, but I'm gonna say specifically women, to take it. And we have Trish in the chat, right? So when we went to go film Preacher's Exit, she was one of the cast members from 2015. So she understands and she can attest to what I'm saying, that it's factual, that it's true. But a lot of times in church, we don't want to talk about truth. We don't. We just want to shout. We want to feel good. But we don't want to say what's really going on because we've been brainwashed to accept certain things. Okay? Certain things. We've been taught to accept a preacher that's cheating. What is that all about? And why do we feel so comfortable accepting that? Why? So what I said on Instagram earlier, what's wrong with us that we think that that's okay? And you can chat, you know, the floor is open. But whatever you say it respectfully, because I'm a person of respect, and what you give me, I give you. So I believe in kindness. I'm not nice. But it's going to be super dope exciting once Albert gets on, because I'm a factual person. I ask thought-provoking questions. Oh, thank you, Ariel. So she said my IG live was everything. So tonight's going to be everything too once Albert gets in here. But again, he informed me he was going to be a little late. So we're just waiting for him to come on in the room. Daryl, thank you for sharing this video. And if anyone else, if you can, I'm asking you to please share this live, because we're going to talk about some truths. Again, I'm waiting on Albert to come in the room. In the meantime, 3 p.m., The Preacher, the Power, the Penis in Me. I think I wrote that back in 2013, 2012. And basically, it's a book about my marriage to two preachers and coming out of the cocoon, coming out of that dark place and walking into my own destiny, walking into my freedom, learning to live my authentic life, not giving a darn what other people think or say, because I used to care a long time ago. But now I love me so much that I embrace all of her. The loudness, the cussing, the authenticity, having fun. Let me tell y'all, when I was preaching and stuff, right? I forgot how to dance. Like, I didn't do anything. And I felt like religion took so much of that from me. Now, am I dogging religion? No, I'm not. Some people need it. And I needed it at that time. Okay? And I appreciate the time. But I saw a lot of things that just didn't sit well with me. It was very uncomfortable sitting there and I'm gonna say taking it up the ass, because as a woman, I was taking it up the ass from my husband in the aspect of I was okay receiving everything that he had to give, all the toxicity. But baby, once I got delivered, Angela, yes, that book is on Amazon, but it's also on my website, which is sharonsworld.com. So either way you go, you're more than welcome to purchase the book. I think it's a great read, but somebody else might feel contrary. So I don't know. But it's my story and it's my truth. And I love it. So let me see what Ariel said. Ariel said, truth is a foreign concept to many. And in order to accept the truth, people need to be ready to be uncomfortable. Some aren't ready for that. And you know what, Ariel? A lot of people aren't ready for truth. But guess what? I stand in my truth. I walk in my truth. And I'm going to live on purpose. I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to be free. I'm going to help as many people as I can on this journey. Those who want it will embrace it. Those who don't won't. And it's okay. Because guess what? Everything isn't for everybody. So my tribe is a tribe that wants to live out loud and be who they are, who they were born to be. They want to stop living a lie. They want to stop living in fear based on what other people are going to say, think, or feel about them. I know so many women, especially older women, 70s, 80s, who have not even lived, and they're closer to the grave than they are to living. That's something. They gotta go out of their state to have a drink. Really? You're a grown-ass woman. I don't get it. I do not get it. So if nothing else that you don't take from me, take Live Now. Because a lot of you all are waiting to get to heaven and ride in the chariot in the sky. You don't even know if it's a fucking chariot in the sky for you to ride on. No one ever came back and said, hey, there's some chariots up there and I'm riding in them. No one ever told me that there was a mansion in the sky, right? Personally, and I spoke this on my live this week, I think heaven and hell is a state of consciousness. Where you are right here is where you're going to be in life. If you're authentic, you're happy, you're joyous, you're living it on purpose, that's your heaven. If you're living in regret, you're operating in unforgiveness, that's your hell. Because unforgiveness causes stress. Unforgiveness causes death. Unforgiveness causes depression. So a lot of you, not only do you have to forgive other people, but you got to forgive yourself for whatever that is, whatever it is. You know, some of you have to have certain conversations so that you can move forward. This song I just heard, something about truth is. That's the name of the song. Truth is. Walk in your truth. It's okay to walk in your truth. Somebody's going to love it. Someone's going to embrace it. Just do the damn thing, y'all. Stop waiting on other people to make you happy. Stop. I did that. Other people don't make you happy. When you wait on other people to make you happy, guess what happens? They control your destiny. They control your heart. Oh my God. It's a shake your ass song. Oops. I actually like those kind of songs. I really do. But anyway, just be who you are. Just be who you are. Hopefully Albert will join us in a few moments because he told me he was going to be a little late. Let's see. He's typing now, so. But aren't you excited? I'm excited about life. Oh, thank you, Trish. So Ariel said, and see, I have to put on my specs, y'all. What steps did you take to begin living in your truth? The steps that I took to begin living in my truth was I forgot everybody. Like I cut myself off from everybody, from family, from friends. I moved to Dallas and I just started doing me. And the reason I did that is because I didn't want to hear those voices. I didn't want people to say, oh, you should do it this way. I didn't want another prophetic word. I just wanted God at that point. So I cut everybody off just so I could get more in tune with what Spirit was telling me to do. And to begin to heal. 16 years is a long time to go through a traumatic marriage, okay? Not saying that we didn't have good times. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying, hey, Albert, what I am saying, and then I'm going to bring Albert to the stage. What I am saying is that I couldn't begin to live in my truth with all those voices. I only wanted to hear God. So I don't subscribe to Christianity anymore. I don't subscribe to religion. I subscribe to God. So when people talk to me, they say, I'll tell them I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. I believe that there are different entities leading to one source. So you don't have to guess after this video. You'll know who I am and you'll know where I stand. Okay. So Diamond said, did you have to relearn what made you happy? Yes, I did, Diamond. And we'll get in that maybe a little later because Albert's here and I don't want to take from his time. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you've been trained with, thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Sorry about the delay with the timing. It was just that I had a prior engagement, but I'm glad I'm here. Thanks again.
You are very welcome, Albert, and thank you for gracing my stage with your presence. I have to say that you look like one of my ex-husbands, the bishop.
Wow.
You really do. And I was looking at your video today and I was like, oh my God, he looks like my ex-husband. That's crazy.
Wow.
And someone, Ariel just said, he's so handsome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so very much.
Oh, you're welcome. So I know that you have something to do. So we're not going to like bullshit and all that kind of stuff. We're going to just dive in, right?
Okay.
So I know you recently had a ceremony where basically you got married, right?
Right. Uh-huh.
And that was to Bishop Keith Morrison.
Uh-huh. Right.
Okay. And then I know you caught him cheating, right?
Right.
So, and I know you caught him cheating because you bought the Genie camera.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to
right. And I know you punched him in the face, right? You said bing like that. Well, wait a minute. You know, okay, we have similar stories in the aspect that I had to whip a bitch ass, right? She was messing with my bishop husband. And the only reason I whipped her ass is because I knew her. Not because I didn't know her, but because I knew you. And because I know you, you deserve the ass whipping. So I went to jail too.
Wow. Listen. that experience for me just was like a lot. You know, that experience was a lot. You know?
Okay. So all right. So when you saw the footage from the camera.
Right.
What did you say?
Well, like I told Larry Reed when I did the interview with him, once I saw the camera, we was already on our way to Florida, right?
Okay.
So I kind of paused for a minute, collected my thoughts, and said, you know what? I'm not going to ramp or rage. I'm just going to wait till dinner time and we sit down. We'll talk
you stuck.
about it. Landed for the dinner, right?
Mm-hmm.
So once we get to the table, I'm asking, is there anything that you want to tell me? Their reply was no.
Okay.
I'm like, you sure? Is there anything you want to tell me? Because I feel like you got something you want to get off your chest. Their reply again was no.
Okay.
So the third time I said, well, I'm going to wait till after we eat, I'm going to go to the car. I'm going to show you something. And then I'm going to wait for you to respond.
Okay.
Well, we did that. And their response was to me, we'll talk about that at a later time. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm like, no, we're going to talk about this right now. So in the midst of all of that, me trying to pull teeth, people started looking.
Okay.
Mind you, we in Tampa. People were looking around. We were right outside Carrabba's, and then I guess somebody had called the police.
Okay. So wait a minute, was you was real loud, right? You was ghetto loud?
Well, first, wait a minute, Sharon. First, I was real using my inside voice. But then I got a little upset because I'm like, you're lying.
Okay.
Me. Like, I want to talk about it right now.
Okay.
Their response, we'll talk about this at another time. That was just out of pocket.
Okay. Okay. And is that when you like punched them in the eye or the face or whatever?
No, that wasn't then. No, no, that's not how that happened.
Okay.
So what had happened was, I said, well, we'll go to the hotel. We'll talk in the room. We'll try to get this squared away. because I basically I have all the evidence and I showed him.
Okay.
I just wanted him to say, you know what, listen, I fucked up. I slipped up, I apologize or whatever. I never got any of that.
Okay.
We'll talk about this at another time. So I'm like, wait a minute. So we get in the hotel room. I get in the door. I'm like, you got to explain this shit to me. I need to know, why are you out here in the streets and you doing this kind of stuff? Like,
okay.
Come on. So their response was to me, well, I think we need to, talk about this at another time. You're a little heated. I'm like, no, you got some explaining to do.
Okay.
So then that's when the whole physical part came into play.
Okay.
It wasn't no hits. He did get off the ground. He was lifted off the ground.
Okay. Okay. That's that Philly. That's that Philly. I'm from Philly too.
Yeah. And my thing was, I just wanted him to be honest about the situation, because I would just be like, you know what? Listen, I fucked up, man. I apologize. I just, maybe we could work on this, or maybe we just call it a quits.
All right, but okay, he had recently given you a STD, right? Because I saw that in the live, in your live.
Oh, he had one from.
Uh-oh, you breaking up.
Your phone is freezing for some reason.
It might be your location. So who had the STD? Because I saw the paperwork. So, yo, wait a minute. We waiting for Albert to get back on. He's driving, and sometimes it's no towers around. But I want to know the story about the STD. I saw the paperwork. So, yes, Ariel, he was lifted up off the ground. Go ahead. You with me, Albert?
I'm like, I need an explanation. And I need for you to tell me what made you do that.
Mm-hmm.
And they was kind of saying just like, well, people fall, people human. I get that, but I need for you to tell me, like, what made you. I wanted to know what made you cheat. What made you bring these people in and out our home where we reside? What made you do that? And like I said, I only had seen 2 incidents, but God knows before I had the cameras what really was going on, Sharon.
Right, and that's true. But all right, my audience missed something about that STD check. Mm-hmm. The one that you showed.
So the paper that I showed of him, was when he went down and got tested. So whoever the guy was, he slept with him twice or multiple times because he kept getting the same STD over and over and over and over.
What was the STD?
I don't even want to say, Sharon. I really don't want to, disclose that. I don't want to, yeah, but yeah.
Okay.
So he kept having that same occurrence, and then my thing was, we couldn't have sex for a month. So I'm thinking, why is this STD keep showing up? It didn't hit me to afterwards that you kept sleeping with the same person. And then it just kept coming back, right?
Well, so in your video, you did say he had some stuff all on his boo-boo.
Well, come on, rocket scientist, come on.
You did say that you said his boo-boo.
Right. But, yeah, so, I mean, and for me, I was taken back because I'm like, I'm not seeing it then, because I was just like, I'm still trying to hang in there. I'm thinking maybe this happened before me.
Okay.
Before I came along. Maybe he had it for a while and didn't know. But I'm like, no, this had to happen recently. Not if it's keep coming back and we're not having sex.
Exactly. And I heard what you said in the video, right? Mm-hmm. His legs was all up, right? So I gotta ask this. So his legs is up like this, and I guess the man is laying on top of him and putting his thing.
Laying. He's on the edge of the bed, Sharon.
Okay. Yeah. So what did you think? I would have been like furious.
I was flaming. Who wouldn't be upset, Sharon? Who wouldn't be
Oh,
upset?
I already know.
And so we had just, when I had found that out, we had just hit like the border of Florida. So we had to like drive through small towns to actually get to St. Petersburg, and then Tampa. So that whole time I knew, and I didn't say anything, but I was flaming, and
How could you not say anything?
well, Sharon, I already know, I didn't want to make a scene. I wanted to talk an environment where, I was calm, he was calm,
Okay.
after dinner. I had time to like cool down, you know,
Okay.
and I was proud of myself because I didn't overreact in that car. Plus, I didn't want anything to happen while we was driving down. But
Wow, Philly, you
yeah,
nice.
so,
Cause look, we was living in Alaska, right? And we were at praise and worship rehearsal,
mm-hmm,
right?
yeah,
And we were praying out. And I opened my eyes and him and this girl like kind of looking at each other,
mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm,
pastor daughter.
mm-hmm.
So I went to somebody, I said, hey, can you take my children for a few hours?
You setting it all up in your head.
So
Yeah.
right, we on the way wherever. And I was just like, look, I saw you, whatever, whatever. Right in his mouth. I think I chipped his tooth, he said.
In the church.
Oh no, this was driving down the highway. We start swerving all on the highway on the ice and everything.
That's one
I
thing
think
I didn't want. That's
Philly,
one thing I didn't want to happen though.
girl, the Philly and me came. I mean, sorry, Albert. The
Wow.
Philly and me came out. And I
Right,
was
right,
just
right, right, right,
like, no, we're not doing this. But you know what I
right.
learned, and you might learn this too. A leopard don't
Mhm.
change their stripes.
Yeah. One of the things I was really hurt behind the whole ordeal was because, when I'm coming to you asking you, like, is there anything you want to talk about? Is there anything, going on? They never wanted, and you know what? And to a certain degree, I learned now, they say
Mhm.
a lot of those pastors and stuff, they say what you think, they say what you think they want to hear at that time and at that moment. They're not vulnerable enough to really express how they feel. I think that come by practice. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
If you
So,
understand what I'm saying, because I
Aaron,
would have just fessed up and told the truth. Listen, I was court. Listen, I won't happen again. I want to know how we can tighten our relationship after this. How do we recover? How do we move forward? It was none of that. And then it was,
wow.
you when I got handcuffed, the conversation was that I said, really, you got me locked up? He said, I'm a cheat and I'm gonna keep cheating. What that say? I don't have
No.
no respect for you. You know, I, I wanted to manipulate. I wanted to do what I wanted to do by you, and it was okay. So this is one of the
But you
reasons why I
know
wanted to come
what?
on the platform, and so many people have been reaching out to me because this happens all the time, and doesn't matter if they have a collar on, if they have thousands of members. It doesn't matter. But that form of manipulation
It,
isn't right because you hurt people. You tear people down and you hurt them. You
it,
walk all over them, and then it's publicly done because you're sleeping with the same people. You're sleeping with the members of the church. You're sleeping with people off Jack and all those websites. I mean, it's just total disrespect. You know?
so, okay, he reached out to me. Okay. He reached out to
Mm-hmm.
me. I think it was last night. I didn't read the message because I didn't want to be swayed any kind of way. Um,
Yeah, that's the manipulation
regarding
part. Mm-hmm.
regarding you and regarding this interview. Why do
Mm-hmm.
you think we accept pastors cheating? Can you hear me?
Well, for me, I don't accept it because if I did, I would have still been there. In that
Okay.
situation. But
But not even you, just in general.
can
Why do
you hear
you
me?
think I can? Why do you think people in general accept this
Can you
behavior?
hear me?
I can, yes.
Because we fall in love. Because because we fall in love. We fall in love with the front. that they put on for us and for the people. We fall in love with that instead of really having time to really get to know the person for who they really are. You know what I mean?
Do you think
If
it's
that makes any
that women
sense.
of power?
We fall in love because they, they wear the collar,
Mm-hmm.
they preach and they wow people and the sermons and all of that and how people respect them, but we don't really take time
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
enough to really know and get to know that person.
Okay. I think so many women stay because we've been trained to. Does that make sense? Now,
I hear what you're saying.
I have
But
to ask you this. Two men in the Christian church, right? Were you accepted by those who weren't in that community?
you said was I accepted for those that's not in that
Yeah,
community?
like
What you mean?
the gay community. Did
Yeah, of course. I was accepted.
Okay,
Yeah, of course.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And the reason I ask that is because we're taught, and I don't agree with this now, that homosexuality is a sin.
Right.
So that was why I was asking you about being accepted in all communities,
Right.
as
Oh,
far as
I'm accepted in every community, even the community that I grew up in. I'm
okay.
accepted on every level, and people have mad respect for me. Mad
I
respect.
love it.
Yeah, mad
Now,
respect.
I heard you say something about Kojic.
Mm-hmm.
Were you brought up Kojic?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Um, do you believe that God loves homosexuality,
Of
homosexuals?
course. Yes. Of course. Yes.
Okay, I do
Of
too.
course.
But a
Yes.
lot of people are sending people who aren't like them to hell, homosexuals to hell. The
Well,
first thing people say,
that's a form of hatred, and I don't believe that God hates his children who he created. Like, I think he loves us. You know.
were
So that's
you
just
were
where I
you
stand with that.
were you born gay?
I think so. I think I fought it a lot growing up as I had girlfriends. I actually have a son
Okay.
who's 21, and I think a lot of that, me being in a relationship with girls, was for the front, for my family, for my dad.
Hmm.
Just for society. I guess if that makes any sense, because that's not really who I felt like I was.
Okay.
And who I wanted to be with and who I wanted to love.
You know what's crazy? Growing up, I was always taught that homosexuality was a sin, right? And I went from a Baptist church as a child to Kojic as a
Me too.
child.
Well, I went from
And
Baptist to Kojic and then back to Baptist.
okay. And they would teach against homosexuality, but then there were so many homosexuals in the church,
Right.
and it sent like a
A
mixed
mixed
message.
message. Yeah, I get you.
And
Yeah.
I didn't understand that. And I think once I walked away from religion, that's when I was able to embrace everybody because God is love.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I can
in
agree
your,
with you on that one.
yeah, like I believe God created us the way we are and should be. And that's what I love about your story is that it wasn't the traditional marriage or relationship, but it was two people loving each other. So I have to ask my listening audience, right? If you believe that being homosexual and being a Christian is wrong or right, I want you to put it in the chat. I want you to put wrong or I want you to put it's right. Um, because when I first shot Preacher's Exes, that's the reality show, we had a gentleman, I don't know if you know him, Santino Kemp, but we received so much backlash. from that, Albert. And I just thought it was disgraceful.
Any always going to feed. I think anything that you're trying to do, and if you're trying to live in your truth, you're always going to have somebody that's not going to agree with that.
Right.
Just like me, even being on your show tonight. I mean, a lot of people was calling me today. Even people that that I never even had call my phone was calling me like, well, you already said what you said. You should just keep moving on. And I feel like this has been going on for years, and it's been swept under the rug, and nobody had the courage and enough strength to stand up and tell what's really going on.
I really appreciate your courage, to be honest, because, like you said, so many people don't have the courage to come out and to tell their story and to tell what's really going on.
Right.
And I also love the fact that you came on because we have been taught to hate people who are different from us.
Yeah.
The fact that you're here speaks volumes.
Right.
So, are you the male or female in the relationship?
Well, for me, sexually, I was the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you gave it.
Yo, you so funny, Sharon. Yeah.
Did you give it to him good?
I mean, good to the best of my ability. Just say that. I guess I wasn't enough.
Okay. Well, you know what? And I listened to your video. Sometimes one isn't enough for some people.
Yeah. Well, see, let me say this part. He was in a relationship growing up. He left home at an early age, and he became he lived with a pastor. I don't want to say their name, a bishop, and he had relationships with this man. And this man would, bring other men into the house and have sex with them in front of him, which was total disrespect.
Wow.
So I felt like it was a repeated effect.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like the same thing that happened took place here. Because it's known behavior that's familiar for them.
Right. Now, do you think that if you all were polyamorous or had an open relationship, that would have been better?
Well, listen, it wasn't.
Say that again.
Gave it a, tried it or something, but not to that. He never brought it to my attention.
Do you think if he would have brought that to your attention, you would have been open to that type of relationship?
I would have been open. Yeah, I know I would have been. Yeah.
Okay.
I would have been open. Yeah. Why not?
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, because so many people believe one way. Like I was taught monogamy, one husband, and that's it, one Christian husband. Right. So I've been married 5 times. Right? I'm a pro at that.
I'm not mad at you.
But I think that if I was given choices, that I would have done things differently. Now, you talked about being able to heal. How are you going to heal after this, or have you healed?
Well, like I said to you, I spoke to someone earlier. Well, the way my form of healing is actually talking about it, because I think after you talk about it, you kind of find yourself back again. It's nothing. It haven't weighed me down, but it bothered me because it was disrespect.
Right.
And I was, in my mind, I think this has happened to a lot of young men and men across the United States, and it's just something that nobody wants to talk about. So I think about me talking about it actually is a form of healing as well.
You know what's crazy? There was another young guy who wanted to be on the reality show Preacher's Exes, and he was sleeping with a pastor who had a wife and a whole family. And this man had him a place to live and just everything.
Right.
And it's sad that people can't live in their truth.
Yeah. And so for me, our platform that we had, our social media platform, our show, we encourage speaking our truth. We encourage finding your freedom and walking in your liberty. We preach that, and I don't think that it would have been not right for me talk about those things and pour out to people to walk me the truth if I couldn't do it for myself and
Right,
been
right.
honest and been straightforward.
I know
Yeah.
that's right. So do you think you'll marry another preacher?
No. I'm open to love again, and I'm going to,
Okay.
it's going to happen.
It is. It is. It took me 5 times to get it right. And I
Yeah.
finally got it right. So it's definitely going to happen.
Yeah.
So are you looking for now or for later or what?
I'm back on the market.
Okay, okay. So hey y'all, Albert is back on the
Yeah,
market.
I'm back on the market, yo. So, like I said, right now I'm just enjoying life, and I'm taking it one day at a time.
You
Yep.
know, you seem so full of compassion.
And even now, I don't hate him. I'm not upset
Mhm.
at him. I just wish that he could have been so straight up with me. And that's one of the things we
Right.
talked about was being honest. You
Right.
know.
Well, a lot of preachers, in my opinion, are, I don't want to say con artists, but they are, what's that? When
Habitual
people,
liars.
yeah,
Say it.
that, but it's something else. Tamika, if you're still here, write that word down that we always talk about. Um, it's like a mental health issue.
But listen, this is another thing I wanted to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
Like me and Kevin, I thought we had a good relationship. I mean, we traveled every month. We went somewhere. We just opened up a new business, Divine Appointment Cleaning and Residential Commercial Cleaning. We
Mhm,
worked so good together. And for me, I thought that was like so beautiful because I never, in every relationship that I had before, I didn't feel like that was my best friend and
okay.
my partner. And with him, it felt that way. I just wish
Okay.
you could have been honest and open enough to say, you know what, I got some issues, you know, and I might need your help so we can work through them together. And I would have been all, listen,
Oh, that's beautiful.
I just wish that we could have just worked through those situations. And listen, I ain't gonna say I'm the best person in the world. I know sometimes I lose it. And I found out that my man been laying it down and opening it wide to any Jimbo. I was furious. I was upset.
Because that's your health. The word
I was upset. And listen, I have been so forgiving, and some stuff it went over my head. Some stuff I paid no attention to. So I'm gonna take accountability for that because I was in love. This man got up every morning, cooked me breakfast, washed my clothes. I mean, this man set me hours in the shop and watched me do hair, and it was just like I didn't know that he had other things going on. It's just
he was
sad. And even now, I still don't hate him. I don't hate him.
right.
I
Um,
don't hate. I just wish Kevin, and even if he's watching tonight, I just wish you would have just been honest enough to tell me, Albert, I love you. But I had some things going on, and I want to work them out with you because I want you
right,
in my life.
right.
And
Um,
that could have been the conversation that we had when I found everything out.
right. He
You
sounds
know.
like a lot of preachers that I know, very narcissistic. That's the
hmm
word I was looking for.
hmm
Um, if he decided that he wanted you back, would you go back?
I don't know, Sharon. I really don't know, but I love Kevin. I even miss him sometimes because I put up this attitude and this. I'm very like the alpha male, but I know he's a good person. Sometimes we have behaviors that's not right. Like me, I'm working on my anger management every week.
Okay. So tell me about your anger then. Like, what triggers your anger?
What triggers my anger, and I could be open and honest to say this because I maybe this helps somebody else. Disrespect. Um,
True.
like how you shut down. You don't want to talk. I'm overly expressive. I want to talk about everything. I want to work it through. And some
Okay.
people aren't like that. Some people need 2 and 3 days to get themselves together and all that. And I'm not that person. You know.
Okay.
So, but I have to learn if I love you, I have to accept you for who you are, and I have to compromise. You know. And I even listen. And the crazy part is, I'm even looking at this now. I would have even worked through this whole situation, even though he cheated on me. Because I'm gonna say it again, I had love for Kevin. That
Right.
man got up every morning, cooked me breakfast, coffee, food hot, made sure my dinner was on the table, me walking through the door. I mean, clothes clean. He just struck a lot of my clothes, but clothes was clean, pressed, everything. Like I love that about him. I
Okay.
love the fact that we had date night every Friday. I loved all of that. I just wish he could have sit down and had a conversation and say, you know what, we got to make it a little bit more spicier. We gotta add some toys. We gotta make put a porno on here and there. We may gotta, maybe fight somebody or whatever.
Okay. Okay.
I don't want to like I'm painting him as this bad person, but we all got shit that we working on. I just wish he would have allowed me to work through that with him and not
So,
seclude me out. You know what I mean? Because it's basically, yeah.
So, did you want to do handcuffs and stuff like that?
I mean, I would have been open for all of that.
Okay, Albert. All right.
I think our sex life was already, was spicy enough.
Okay.
But I would have been open to some things, Sharon, to keep the person that I love. Yes, I would have tried. I would have tried it once or twice. Maybe that was it, but I would have tried it.
So, do you like choking?
Who?
Choking.
Choking?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You like being choked, or do you like to?
I mean, I like a little bit of everything. I mean, listen, if you in the heat of the moment, you if you really love a person, you would try a little bit of everything.
I know that's right.
And I know for me, when you getting married, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to hold down the front.
Right. So, what's your safe word in choking?
Oh, I don't have one. Oh God. Yeah. So
I have to ask you,
mm-hmm.
have you had a conversation with him since all of this, since you went
No.
by?
And you know what's so funny? I went to a guy of mine who's like a spiritual advisor. He told me that he will be reaching out to me. It's some things that I still have, like some paperwork I need to get from him and stuff, but I'm trying to like let everything just, kind of just die down. And then I would love to have a conversation with him. Kevin knows, he knows how me and him are. We're a beautiful couple. We was, you know what I mean? And then, and I don't want to paint him as this bad person because we all got shit going on, but I just wish that we could have had a conversation.
You sound like you're still in love.
I mean, listen, listen, it's just, I'm just sad that it had to happen the way it did. It's just sad. And then we did it so publicly for the world to find out. We did it in front of the world. Right. And we had all these plans and all these intentions and all of these things that we wanted to do. And I'm just looking back now, like a conversation would have just got this whole situation together. Maybe some other stuff after we talked, but all we had to do is sit down and talk about it.
Is your spiritual advisor intuitive, prophetic, psychic?
I don't want to disclose that, but
me and Kevin know who the person is.
Yeah, but I don't want to disclose that, but the person said that he'll be reaching out to me. Listen, let me say this. I'm pissed because it was disrespectful. I still got mad love for him. This man, I never met a man like him. Even he knows this. I told him before. The dude, I loved him for the things that he did. Like even just waking up to breakfast and doing my clothes, and he never had a problem, had to go anywhere. He never questioned me. He always trusted me and all of those kind of things. I loved him for that.
So do you love the things he did, or do you love him, his heart?
I know his heart is in a good place. I just wish, like I said, he could have had a conversation with me. And then I'm going to take some ownership too. I think that we probably moved too fast. I moved in early. We didn't really have time. I courted him for a while. Going to dinner, going to lunch and stuff. And like, I love to see him smile because, he always have a serious face on all the time. So I always love to see him smile. And I felt like we was doing things the right way.
Okay. Well, you know what? Sometimes you can't put a time limit on love and things just happen. I believe that everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So whether this is just a learning experience or whether you all get back together, that's on you and it's okay.
And listen, you know, like I said, I'm not trying to paint him to be no bad person because we all got shit with us. But
Right.
I know that there could have been a conversation
Hmm. Now, what
that
if
could have
he
made. Yeah, go ahead.
has sexual addiction?
Huh?
Would you, what if he has a sexual addiction? Would
But
you,
listen, and this is the question that I asked him before he married me. Before we walked down to do this ceremony on the beach, I asked him, I said, you had it all with your wife. Y'all had nice house and nice cars, and y'all bringing in $1,000 a week.
right,
What makes me any different that you cheated on her
right, Aziza,
with
right?
everything? I mean, basically, we don't even have half of that stuff now. You know what I
Right.
mean? But I'm willing enough to make stuff happen and build. And you know what he said to me? Because you're the same gender loving I always wanted a man. You know, but is what I, you know, and I told him, what I got, is it good enough? He said, yes, you're more than enough. So those, because I was going to say, wait a minute, we need to put a hold on this because something ain't right. But he gave me those answers. And somebody said to me, you have to watch. He said he was saying those things to you, but he wasn't there. He wasn't present because I kept looking at him. He was looking like he was off.
Like he was somewhere else in his mind.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know,
Well, that wasn't a red flag for you.
it was, like I said, this is my second time around. And you know, I like right now, you know, it hit me the other day that I felt like, you know, here I go again. I publicly went and got married in front of the world, and you
Okay.
know, and it's like a slap in the face. Why waste my time, my energy, if you still want to live a single lifestyle? You know,
Well, don't feel like you wasted time. It's just a learning
I
experience.
understand that, but Sharon,
Okay.
when the cameras go off, when you're not around your family and friends, when you all by yourself, you know, you kind of sit still and be
Of
like, I
course.
just wish they would have told me the God honest truth.
Albert, I'm with you. I mean, I keep saying I've been married 5 times. I'm on my fifth time now, right?
Mhm,
So I have compassion for you. There's no
mhm.
judgment. I get it. There's been 4 times where the lights was out. And I was
Yeah,
like, shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I'm not judging you at all. I get it. I can relate,
yeah, yeah.
you know, but take this time
Hmm.
and just talk to God. You're a
Yeah,
godly man. Just talk to
yeah,
God
yeah,
and ask for direction. And trust
yeah,
me, God will give you clarity, whether
yeah,
it's through that small voice, whether it's through
yeah.
someone else. You know what I'm
But
saying?
like I said, he let us go do what we wanted for a little while. But he got to shift some stuff around when we become disobedient. Oh, you didn't want to listen. I'll let you go for a little while.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like what I like, I'm so glad that I had this opportunity on this platform to come and tell. I think tonight, you know, I was struggling. Like I didn't really want to talk. I did want to come on, but I didn't want to paint because I know Kevin has a lot of things going on
Okay.
mentally. You know, I didn't want to like paint him to be no bad person. I just didn't like what he did. You know, you know, respect this disrespect. I'm just upset that he did it the way he did it. But I just wish we could have had a conversation.
I think you should have a
You
conversation. You're
know,
grounded.
and I don't want to hurt him. I don't want to harm him. You know, I don't want none of that. But I know for me, I know we better than this.
So
We
have
better
the
than
conversation. Reach out. Hey,
that. You know.
let's have a conversation. Because I read his message while since we've been on,
Hmm.
and in all honesty, he sounds like a very kind person. I don't know him, so no judgment whether
Hmm.
he's kind or whether he's not. But he seems
Right.
very kind. But I think a conversation would be worth the while for both of you,
Hmm. Hmm.
even if it's to gain closure.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's okay to reach out. Hey, I
Yeah.
think we need to talk.
Right.
No, but
Right.
however you
But
let
see,
me do it.
this is the thing.
Yes,
Kevin know how I feel about him.
right.
He knows that. Like Kevin knows how I feel about him. He knows that. Like I said, you know, I'm not saying I was the best person. I ain't handled the situation in the best way, but I just wish he could have just said, Albert, and been honest. You know what? Some shit going on. I think we probably need to hold off, pause for a minute, or maybe you can walk through this process with me. I might need to get some help or whatever. Like shit, I know I'm in anger management every week. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I would have been able to walk through with him. You know?
So what made you so angry where you have to have anger management?
Well, I didn't even know that I had anger issues until some of the same stuff started reoccurring. Like the same situations will reoccur. And
Yes.
then I had to say, you know what? I need to go talk to somebody because, there's some things that I probably seen in my childhood that I probably shouldn't have seen. And then that was the way that I problem solved through my issues. So that's why I recognized I had a problem. And it's been for 3 years. I've been going through anger management, because I knew I had a situation,
Yeah, I do know because I actually went to therapy, and my first therapist, when I left my husband, he said, "You're like a ticking time bomb."
Oh
And
yeah, yeah.
he said, "I don't know where to
And
walk."
then we have to go through and get mental help. I don't even trust people in the church to tell them my business because people are so they backstab you, they use your vulnerability and play it against you and all that kind of stuff. So I say I'm gonna give me some professional help so they can walk me through this process so I
Right.
can heal. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was honest enough, and I even brought Kevin into some of the situations so he knew. And we had conversations like, this is my triggers, this is what I don't like, this is what's my
Mm-hmm.
pet peeve, this is what whatever. And we try that's like the roadmap,
Right,
to a
right,
successful
right.
relationship. And he laid some stuff down too. I just would he would have laid down some other stuff and told me the God honest truth. Maybe he would need some sex counseling or whatever. Or
Maybe he
let's
was
or let's
afraid.
make it more spicier or whatever. Whatever.
Mhm. Somebody said exactly. Well, that's why I do not go to these churches. Can't trust them.
Mm.
Do you still go to church?
I'm going to church tomorrow.
Okay.
But I needed time because it wasn't that long ago we got married, and I just needed time to get myself together. So it's been like 3 weeks. So
Okay.
my butt will be there tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
a
be
good
there tomorrow.
thing.
Yep. And yeah, so I'm just like I said, I just wish that me and him could have had a conversation. Me and him could have talked heart to heart, and maybe some things would never took place.
Well, you know what? At the right time, you'll have that conversation.
Hmm.
At the right time, you'll notice that you're healed
Hmm.
and you're living your best life.
Yeah. And you know what's so crazy because I have been, talking to people, they like you so strong, it's like it's phasing you. But the other day, I think it kind of came down on me because I was like, I need to be by myself.
Okay.
I was like, I need to be by myself because I think, I was in a predicament where I probably was missing him or probably, our lifestyle that we had, getting up in the morning, seeing each other and all that kind of stuff. So, like I said, I know I needed time. Like I'm saying, even now, like I just need time, to kind of get used to things now,
You know what I did? I played Love on Top by
Hmm.
Beyonce.
Hmm.
And that was one of the most therapeutic healing songs for me
Hmm.
because I kept saying to God, I'm going to have this shit.
Hmm.
I kept saying, I'm
Right.
going to have it. I don't know when, but that's mine right there.
Right.
And it came,
Right.
so don't look for it. It'll come.
Yeah, I
At the,
know. And listen, that's another thing that I had. That's why I thought that he was such a blessing because it was spoke in my life that, your love is about to come knocking at your door. 2021 is gonna be the best year, and all this stuff was happening. Then we just ran back into each other, and it was like we never left.
well, guess what? It's
So
the beginning of 2021, and he might not be him.
right. So yeah,
Wow. And someone said, when Albert is healed, Kevin can lick a window and Albert won't even care. So I don't know how you feel about that, but that's what Tamika said.
right.
And Brian says, are you through with love, Albert? And Brian, I
No,
think, go ahead.
no.
He's not, Brian. I mean, if you've been listening to the conversation, he's definitely not done with it. We all need it. We all deserve it. And Sarah says, Albert is awesome, an awesome person, and we'll find love again. So people are cheering for
Yeah.
you, you know.
Oh, thank you.
So I have to say that you're amazing. I love your personality. I think your
Thank you
story
so much.
needs to
I
be
thank you for this
shared.
time. I thank you. Yes, I thank you for this platform. I thank you guys for watching. I love each and every one of you guys. And thank you guys for your encouraging words. You guys have been a blessing to me. Thank y'all so very much.
Have a blessed one,
Bye
Albert.
bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So guys, so I guess he's at his location, but I really like Albert. But I also have to say, and I'm not swayed either way. I read the message from Kevin to me. Um, it was very kind. He just said what he had to say. Um, I'm very neutral, but I'm definitely going to bring the tea. So it is what it is. I would like to have both of them on a platform together so we could all dig deep and maybe walk through this process of healing or letting go and starting over. But my name is Sharon K. Griffin, aka Madam Butterfly. If you have not gotten 3 p.m., The Preacher, the Power, the Penis, and Me. Yes, I love penises. Well, I love my husband's penis. Okay. I love my husband's. Only one penis now. You need to read the book. Also, 134 Reasons You Can't Find the Man. I actually launched that November 27th. I'm getting ready to go on a virtual book tour. So I have to explain, it is a journal slash book. It gives you 134 reasons. So don't think you're going to go in there and like just be reading. No, it's about self-evaluation. Okay. So anyway, this is your girl, Sharon K. Griffin, aka Madam Butterfly. I hope that you flap your wings, that you decide to live outside of the cocoon. The cocoon is dark and slimy. There's a transformation taking place, there's a metamorphosis taking place. However, outside the cocoon is so much beauty, so many wonders of the world. So you need to live on the outside. Be your authentic self. Live free. Do the things that you want to do and not the things that people tell you to do. As long as you're not hurting yourself or other people, it is okay. Have a great rest of your weekend. Sharon K. Griffin, aka Madam Butterfly.